much for flavor of the month because we were young once too.
No, and I'm not. What I'm saying is I don't know how I would feel about the classic pass versus any of those things.
Right.
I do know this. Flavor of the month is a lot easier to get your head around because you can't feel like you're going to get any traction with the classic pass for quite some time. It's really depressing. You start working at it, you're like, this is killing me. It's killing me. I'm not getting anywhere. I remember when I first got into the Herman Pass, I was so happy because I was like, I can do this one. I can do this one, you know? And I think what new releases have going for them, and this for me, it was Paul Harris tricks. I was loving those Brother Hammond packet tricks that were coming out when I was a kid. Those re-releases of Brother Hammond tricks that were doing. What I loved about it is I could do that stuff. And I think it takes a little bit of time and space before stuff like a classic force and a classic pass or a half pass starts to feel like something that you are ready to dig into and sort of get working on. You know?
So let's talk about some of the classic texts. Somebody wanted to know, they said Royal Road and Card College, what would you recommend? I'm throwing Expert at the card table in there as well. I think I know basically what your answer is, but
what is my answer?
Your answer is that you would recommend all of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, and there was a time when, you probably told me I was reading too many books, which of course I still haven't read enough, but I also feel like I don't know. I think to me, I was thinking about it today. In case anyone asked me what the books I would say, yeah, they're all lovely. And I think the Marlowe books are great. And I think LaPaul is wonderful. And I love the Mullica book. And I like a lot of books. The Tommy Wonder books, sensational. But on some level for me, the Vernon books, the Tamarese books, some of the Marlowe books, Schulian book, Henning Nelms, that's a lot of stuff to read right there, and you know what I have to say, to be fair to all the classics, those are the ones that you see me drawing from when I'm talking, so that's why they're my favorites.
So what are some of your favorite go-to effects by other magicians? Can you think of something that you do as a cover trick?
I think yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Whit Hayden's magic. I'm a big fan of the card magic of LaPaul. Those are really...
Like what kind of thing? Can you bust something out?
No.
No, this is a go-to effect. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
No.
That's part of what this is
Absolutely
about.
not, no.
Well, no?
No.
Not?
I'm just like fried.
Fried, that's what I figured.
By the time you said like diminishing lift,
diminishing lift,
I felt like my hands...
we were starting to dig deep.
When you are under hot lights literally doing moves repetitively up in front of a camera for like 3+ hours, I actually get a little soft.
Yeah.
I've actually used to tell clients 3 hours was my max.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I start to get soft, and I would rather just not embarrass myself.
No, there's only so much that
Plus, at the same time, also, when I talk about like Whit Hayden, Chicago Surprise, it's such a genius thing when he does it. Yeah. I mean, that's why I came and did all the magic that I contributed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. And I've also made a prediction here, so I know what you're going to say to this. Who do you think is the most influential close-up magician?
Oh, Juan Tamarese.
There you go, and that's the prediction. That's what I wrote right there.
Yeah, but I haven't made any secret about that. Bill Kalush did me one of a couple notable favors.
Right there. See, I wrote it down right there.
Bill Kalush did me a couple notable favors. Once he suggested that I go see this crazy version of Macbeth in New York. That was crazy. And then once he said, you need to go to Spain and see Tamarese now. Get out of my house. Go to Spain and see Tamarese. And I did, and it was... really an important thing to do. Mm-hmm. It was really, really big, impactful stuff.
Yeah, he's actually come up quite a lot in these.
Oh, everyone,
and in my travels as well. I'm using a lot of the.
Oh, does he come up during the lecture series and stuff?
Absolutely.
A lot. People bring him up all the time. I think.
Yeah. Let's get Juan in here.
I think he's the most.
Let's start a campaign to get.
I'll sign my name to that.
Yeah. Out there, tell him. Anybody that knows Juan, he should come and hang out with us.
And I wouldn't speak. Well, but the thing about Juan Tamarese is, I don't presume to know Juan Tamarese's mind, but Juan likes to do magic, and he likes to do it late.
Yeah.
And his hands don't get sour after 4 hours.
We're gonna do. He's honestly, you'll come back for this because this will be fun. We'll all hang out together. But Juan will go 6 hours, and he'll just be getting started.
Yeah, he's like he's very special.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's very special. And I think it's fair to say he's the most influential magician of my lifetime.
Yeah.
You know? But I heard of Vernon for the first time a few months after he passed.
Oh yeah.
It was like literally I was in Magic like a year and Vernon had passed. I was like, who's Vernon? They're like, who's Vernon? He just died. And I went, oh, all right. So that's why when I came out to visit you and we went off to see Larry and Michael, that was my,
Michael Skinner.
Yes, that was when I was getting a chance to tap into that tradition, and it was real important, And you were so instrumental in making that happen for me.
Well, I think it's a great tradition, and it's something that we're actually doing here, bringing in the idols of today for the magicians of tomorrow, people like you, so they get to meet you. This is their chance to learn everything about you. So let's learn some things.
Let's expose me.
Let's expose you.
The flayed man.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Here's some of my questions. What was the first magic trick that you ever learned?
I think it was called the... I've never actually heard it given a name, but it was the glide and a 4 cards and a magician's choice.
Yeah, but where did it come from? Was it in a set of some kind of magic kit or?
Oh, are you asking how I learned it?
Yeah,
I learned it at summer camp at Camp Airy in the woods of northern Maryland, and a big bully came into my room to show his awesome magic trick to my counselor, and I was sitting there on my bunk watching. And he did the trick for my counselor, and I was like, and it was a glide and a magician's force, and it worked great. And I was like, what? And my counselor was like, oh, awesome. And I was like, bully. And bully was like, yeah. I said, don't talk to me. I said, yeah, bully. Will you teach me that trick? I will kill you. That's what he said. I will kill you. And I went, I will give you these Reese's peanut butter cups. If you will teach me that trick. And I went, all right, but I'm still going to kick your ass. That's fine. And that's what happened. And he did it too, and he did it for me, and I did it for everyone I met, and I repeated it 4 times for everyone I met for 2 years. And then my math teacher in my sophomore year of high school gave me a copy of the Royal Road to Card Magic, lent me his copy, which is the copy I still have to this day, of the Royal Road to Card Magic. And that's when things really hit the fan.
You also grew up in a really in a great area for magic, just outside of Washington D.C.
D.C. in Baltimore, yeah.
In Baltimore area, of course. So you had some great shops that were owned by some of the guys that knew everything. Does the name Denny sound familiar? Or
it was a whole wonderful
maybe
thing
Al?
because you realize I went down to Al's Magic Shop when I was 15 or 16, and then I got a job working at the Magic Masters in DC where Williamson had used to work, and I used to keep a picture of David Williamson on the wall. That's talk about
Yeah, when were you working there?
One of anyone's favorite magicians.
Absolutely, Williamson, for sure. When were you working for Magic Masters?
I was working for Magic Masters when I was 18 years old. So
learning all the scripts, because you had to learn
the scripts and Rocky Raccoon, and I was a Svengali pitchman. It's kind of a weird Svengali pitchman. This is before Houdini's, right? Because this was the thing that the Houdini's model sort of grew out of, right? When we were in Las Vegas in the first place. And so it was really a pitch act designed to, really, Ken was the first guy to get like $30 for a Svengali deck. I mean, that's really was an innovation.
Upscale Svengali pitch.
And it was beautiful leather-bound books and things, rich mahogany, credenza. And meanwhile, you're doing Disappearing Silk and Rocky Raccoon, and you're doing all this shtick.
And he didn't even have the delights back then.
No, this was well before all
well
that.
Before that, yeah.
Well before. Rocky Raccoon was the big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Big deal.